Hello, my name is Elaine, and I would like to share my testimony on how God gave me hope through the darkest period of my life. My mom, whom I dedicated to care for during the last 8 months of her life in my hometown, passed away suddenly after barely recovering from COVID-19 last year. Being the youngest daughter and closest to my mom, her passing took a hard hit for me personally, and it shook me to my core about what holds for me in the future. I felt like losing my pillar of strength and closest companion totally caught me unprepared to handle what's ahead. I tried to dive back into the work I love, but the joy was not there. I couldn't bring myself to enjoy the things that used to delight my soul. I was irritable and constantly tired. Without realizing, I started distancing myself from people, and I constantly broke down whenever I thought of my mom. I remember once at work, we were asked what we see ourselves doing in 3 to 5 years. Honestly, I just could not see myself doing anything but yearning to be in heaven with my mom and dad. The thought of death and terminal sickness constantly was on my mind. I was even hoping that God would give me cancer so I can refuse treatment and die faster. I was in a very dark place. I thought I couldn't continue living. So I asked for a sabbatical from work to grieve properly for my mom. Pastor Cathryn introduced me and encouraged me to join a Christian grief sharing program, which allowed me to share what I was going through amongst people with similar loss and situations. From this program, I learned that the thoughts and feelings I was having were completely normal. I just needed to allow myself time to grieve and not to rush it. Praise God, He used this revelation to break me free from the trap of hopelessness and death. Thoughts of dying early stopped lingering in my mind. Suddenly, hope arises, and I begin to look forward to what God has planned for me in my future. As I turn to His Word daily, my sense of joy returns, and I no longer look to quick death to escape my sadness. I even took trips with family and friends to spend quality time together. I also remember Pastor Kelvin preached on not taking on the mentality of an orphan, but replacing it with the promises that God is my Abba Father, and He is all I will ever need. Don't get me wrong, I still miss my mom very much, but the thought of death no longer has a hold on me. Instead, I know God is with me. I thank God for placing me in a spiritual family with people who constantly stood and prayed for me. I can now say that He has miraculously healed me and given me a new sense of purpose to serve Him. And I want to encourage you too. If you are going through a time of hopelessness, don't avoid Jesus and His church, because He will place people in your midst who will tell you exactly what you need to hear, a message from God or a prayer that can change your life and turn things around.